Good evening, you're watching London Tonight, this bank holiday Monday. Coming up on the programme this evening. Student stabbing, 5 people arrested over the murder of a teenager on her way to a party. We speak to her family.
It's a lost life, isn't it? It's just a waste of a life, but then there's no age for death.
Changing gear, politicians get serious as the phony war draws to an end. Eagle appeal, Crystal Palace fans are urged to dig deep for their team. And world-class heavyweight champ David Haye live in the studio. First tonight, she went out to a party and never came home. Just 18 years old, Eliza Mirza was stabbed to death in East London on Saturday night. Tonight, a group of 5 men and women aged between 17 and 45 are being questioned by police. With the news of her murder still sinking in, her family today described the media student as a girl who got on with everyone. Ronke Phillips has been speaking to her uncle.
Distraught and tearful, teenage friends of the victim arrive at the spot where she was attacked to pray, remember her and lay floral tributes in her memory. 18-year-old Eliza Mirza was last seen by her loved ones when she left the family home at Ilford in Essex on Saturday. 3 hours later, the police knocked on the door to tell them she was dead. The teenager's body was found by a passerby. She was lying face down in a pool of blood and had been stabbed in the neck.
She just went out that evening. She left about 5:30 just to go to a friend's party and didn't come back home.
Police spent much of yesterday carrying out a detailed search of nearby drains. They also combed a stretch of open land opposite the area where the body was found in their hunt for clues. Friends and family say they have no idea why anyone would want to hurt Eliza, who was studying for her A-levels and planned to pursue a career in the media.
You cannot imagine what the parents, how they're feeling at the moment. I can't imagine, and I don't think anybody could, until it's happened to you. And when it's all over, and once we do get a chance to see the body and the funeral, then it's really going to hit people.
5 people aged between 17 and 45 are in custody being questioned about the murder, but detectives are still keen to talk to anyone who was in the area at the time.
We're looking for people in and around this area at that time. We may have seen a young Asian female with another person, or maybe more than one person, and we're just interested to hear from anyone who may have seen them talking, may have seen anyone actually leaving the scene either on foot or in a car.
Friends who couldn't make it to the scene have been leaving tributes on an internet social networking site. More than 1,000 messages have already been posted for the popular student, who's expected to be buried within the next week. Ronke Phillips, London Tonight, Manor Park.
In other news, an 83-year-old woman has been found murdered in her home in North London. The pensioner, known locally as Doris Langlands, was discovered at the property in Winchmore Hill last night. She'd suffered head injuries.
We came back last night visiting my son. We were back at 10 o'clock and we saw all the cordons off for the police and subsequently found out, she had been murdered. What can you say? It's so sad. It's very sad.
Next, the phony war is almost over. Tomorrow, Gordon Brown is widely expected to call the general election. Needless to say, the party heavyweights have not spent their bank holiday idling on the sofa. They've been getting serious. And, of course, if you're going to get serious, you do it in the capital. We must warn you that this report from Lewis Vaughan-Jones contains flash photography.
You know an election is round the corner when a yellow coach is renamed a battle bus. It parked in the wrong place. You couldn't see the pictures on the side of it, but it was greeted with enthusiastic, if not altogether spontaneous, applause.
Travelling in style.
I can tell, let's try the bus.
So the leader, Nick Clegg, arrived by bus, but promised, if he was elected, to give more money to trains and to reform the tax system. And then it was down to stuffing leaflets into envelopes.
This election campaign is about Twitter and Facebook. A battle bus a bit old-fashioned now?
Oh, no. I think this campaign's a sort of marriage of the old and the new. You can tweet as much as you like, but you still need your battle bus.
So Nick Clegg says he's keen to just get on with things, and he's launched his battle bus here in Kilburn today.
But the other major parties have also been out campaigning across the capital.
Which house are we going into?
No fancy techniques here for the Labour Party. Their candidate was out knocking on doors in Streatham.
Just wanted to see basically whether you're happy with what Labour's doing for you and your family.
It doesn't make no difference. It doesn't matter who gets in. I'll basically see him.
Well, I'd obviously disagree with that, obviously.
Hi, Gertrude. How are you?
David Cameron visited University College Hospital in Euston to promise more money for cancer drugs. But in central London, there were also the posters and the gimmicks. 2 grown men in face masks, dressed as giant boots, to claim Labour would trample on economic recovery. Expect a lot more of this in the weeks ahead. Lewis Vaughan-Jones, London Tonight.
Can hardly wait. And of course, you can expect the very best election coverage from the London Tonight team, starting tomorrow when our programme at 6 will be live from the London Eye.